Well, hello. It's been a while. It's the 19th of November today, and I'm cruising along on my way to just drop something off somewhere and then pick something up somewhere else, and it's one of those days. Anyway, I haven't really been posting very much. I'm sorry about that. I have got a few trips in the pipeline that I've got to find the time to sit down and edit and upload, etc. But this is just a quick one, really, quick vlog if you like, because yesterday in the UK we were told that by 2030, or in 2030, we were not going to be able to buy any more petrol cars. So this is a question, really. I'm interested in your comments on this one. Where is the government going to find the billions and billions that it currently takes from fuel duty and VAT on us all moving around in our petrol and diesel vehicles? I don't particularly like electric vehicles. I've said that before on here. Particularly not electric motorcycles. I have tried them. I don't like them. It's as simple as that. If someone comes up with some sort of hybrid thing, then maybe with a decent range that I can do the same amount of miles in a day that I do on my bike, this bike and other bikes, then I might take a second look at it. But at the moment, I'm really not impressed. I don't particularly want an electric car either, for lots of reasons. But anyway, the question's not about preference, really. It's about, at the moment, this government takes, I think, I don't know the figures exactly off the top of my head, but I'm fairly sure about 75% of every pound spent on fuel in this country is actually tax and duty rather than the price of the fuel. I think it could even be a smaller percentage, or a larger percentage rather, that is duty, and a smaller percentage is actually the cost of the fuel and the profit for the retailer. So that's an awful lot of money every year. And the other thing is, we don't really have the infrastructure here yet. I mean, bear in mind 2030 is only 10 years away. There's hardly any charging points anywhere for cars. A lot of people live in apartments where they can't park and get anywhere near a plug socket. And also, our infrastructure in this country for generating electricity is fairly terrible. And if everyone switches in the next 10 years to using electricity to charge their cars, I just want to know where all that electricity is going to come from. So, considering we've managed to make a fairly poor job of everything recently, dealing with the plague over here, and of course the shit show that's going to be Brexit after January, I'd just like to know how we're going to cope, to be honest. This is a deadline of 2030 that's been brought forward 10 years. There's some talk of hybrids being available to 2035, but I mean, who really knows, to be honest. I'm certainly not keen to give up my petrol vehicles. So in the comments, let me know your thoughts. I'm very curious to know what you think about this. I think you can tell what I think of it from what I've said, but I'm curious if anyone's got any suggestions of how this can go well, or how this country's going to survive without the massive income from fuel duty. I'd be very interested, so let me know. And that's it for this one. There's going to be another one of these, part 2, just because there's another question that I want to ask that I'm curious on your thoughts of, and that's sort of tied in with giving up petrol vehicles. So we'll get onto that later on. But anyway, that's it for now. I shall carry on my boring journey.